All right, I'm ready to go when you are. Oh, hold on. Commercial for Legend of Lo-Fi here. Haha.
Okay, we're live
That's fine. Are we live?
on Twitch, but I can do like the starting soon thing.
Hi, everybody. All right, hold on. Let me start. I'm going to hit record in a second. What's up, everybody?
Oh,
This is
no.
Presto.
Hold on. Sorry.
False start.
Now I'm recording.
All right, hold on. YouTube is really terrible. What's up, everybody? This is Presto.
Purple message.
And you are listening to episode 120 of the Nintendads podcast. 120. Today we are going to be talking about the latest Nintendo Partner Direct. We're a little late, as one does. And then a whole bunch of other news that's happened over the past week or two. And we'll probably talk about all the other news first, because some of it is spicy.
You're spicy.
I know, that's why I'm excited about it. But first, we got to answer that all-important question. What you been playing, my friend?
You know what? I don't think I've been playing anything.
No? Criminal.
Since the last time, I mean, like the casual Fortnite here or there, but like at this point, that's just background music to my life. So like it doesn't even count. Like I don't even consciously recognize the fact that I played. It just happens. My wife picks it up. My daughter picks it up. My daughter pick it up. Hi, riders. It just sort of is a thing that occurs. So
Yeah, sometimes there's busy seasons of life. You don't really have time to do anything but the occasional Battle Bus tour.
I mean,
Actually,
I have been playing No Rest for the Wicked.
exactly. You never get to rest, even when you don't think you've been playing something. Yeah, what are you thinking of No Rest for the Wicked? Because I do have it as a as something to talk about here. But what are your first impressions of it?
Positive. My first impressions of it are
Positive.
positive. Yep.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
can get
For
into it
those of
once we get.
you, yeah, we'll talk about it. I've been playing a little No Rest for the Wicked, a lot of Monster Hunter Wilds because the final update is here and it's a banger, which we'll also talk about. My kiddo has been playing Splatoon, has been playing Star Fox 64. Let me tell you.
Galaxy and Blob, welcome in. Star Fox 64.
Star Fox 64. And I'll tell you, we'll get to this. This is going to be a full circle thing. There's a reason why he's been playing Star Fox 64. But I'll just that's a secret tool that we can use later.
Yeah, apparently I can see the YouTube chat, but you can't. So Galaxy is saying hi.
Oh, hi Galaxy. I went on a demo spree. I have played in the last 2 weeks. I have played the Pragmata demo on the Switch 2. I have played the Monster Hunter Stories 3 demo on the Switch 2. And probably the most surprising and my favorite out of these three is the Final Fantasy Remake demo. I am blown away by how good this game looks on the Switch 2. It's crazy.
Really?
Yes. I thought it was going to be like, because I've seen the remake, Final
So
Fantasy
you're
VII
not
remake has
necessarily
been out for a
impressed with
while.
the game as itself. Like,
Oh no,
yes,
I
you
am
are,
impressed with it, but like I have never played a game on the Switch or Switch 2 that looks like I could if I put the PlayStation 5 footage and the Switch 2 footage, you'd be hard pressed to tell them apart. I mean,
okay.
you could, but like it's that good. I am probably going to buy the Final Fantasy VII remake. The next part of the Final Fantasy VII remake, called Rebirth, is coming out, which was part of the partner direct, which we'll get to. But yeah, the FF7 remake, I'm very impressed. I've
Huh.
heard mixed things about the combat system, but I don't hate it yet.
Okay.
It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope.
There is a personal request made us to
Oh
say
no.
a word in chat or from chat. Sorry.
Uh-oh, who is it? What is it? I can't see Twitch chat right now.
It's
I'm
coming from
manning the
YouTube.
Facebook.
It's coming from YouTube.
Uh-oh.
I'll give you
That
a
makes me
hint.
even more
I'll
concerned.
give you a hint.
Oh, why? No, why?
They want that 6-7.
I would rate no, I would say I would rate one of these demos a 6 or a 7, but they're both honestly like 8 or 9. Pragmata is awesome. I encourage
Yep.
everybody to try the demo. And Monster Hunter Stories 3 is awesome. I've not gotten enough time to really dig into it properly, but it's really good. It's really good. What you been sipping on? What you drinking?
Uh, I have been doing a cold coffee with protein milk.
Okay, protein milk, not protein powder, protein milk.
Protein milk. So
Okay.
like a vanilla protein shake, like a premium protein shake with my cold coffee.
I dig that. I've done that before.
That's
Yeah.
been my like morning routine actually.
Hell yeah.
You like
I have
F1.
discovered F1. I have been wanting to get into F1,
Okay.
and I'm just waiting for like one of our friends or somebody in our orbit to get into it. I've watched some F1 stuff before. I it's one of those sports that I'm like, you know what? If I ever get a little bit of free time, I could get into it. But I'm just here trying to keep up with Critical Role, man, and it is a battle I am losing. I have discovered a hack for my coffee that is really hitting the spot over the winter. I've been making a ton of espresso. It's delicious. I usually don't put anything in my espresso besides steamed oat milk, but I got some dark maple syrup, and I've been doing just a little bit of the dark maple syrup in my cappuccinos, and it is. If I look outside and it's like single digits, the syrup goes in. It's just that's my new
That's
it's my
your
new operating procedure now. Is that's just how it is. Okay, upward and onward, friends. Uh, let's start with some general gaming news, and I'll just get this out of the way. The Monster Hunter Wilds final update is here, and it is incredibly good. We got a bunch of event quests. We got a quest where you have to fight 4 arc tempered monsters in one hunt in the arena. But the absolute cherry on the sundae is the arc tempered Arcveld fight. I don't say this lightly. It might be the best hunt in the series. Arc tempered Arcveld is one of the best, if not the best hunts in the game. It's definitely on the harder side, so I kind of have to navigate that difficulty. But the music, the spectacle, the mechanics, it is one of the top hunts, if not the best hunt in Monster Hunter. Full stop.
okay.
Like
That's a high
crazy.
that's a high bar to say.
Yes, and I've like it's only been out for like a week, so I need to sit with it before I really say that statement with confidence. But it's absolutely in the conversation. It's incredible, and I am also very confident in saying that after this update, Monster Hunter Wilds is the best base Monster Hunter game without question.
That is
So
also an extremely high bar to me.
that's not including expansions because you have, Monster Hunter World, Monster Hunter Rise, and Wilds. Those are all base games. Sunbreak expansion, Iceborne expansion, and we have a Wilds expansion coming probably next year, but getting announced this summer. But if we're talking base game, Rise versus World versus Wilds. Wilds sweeps easily.
Interesting. Okay.
I think it has more content. I think it has a harder end game hunt. I think it has more end game than either Rise or World did at the end of their life cycle before the expansions. Um, yeah, it is. I thought it was just going to be a little update, but this has been like my favorite update that I think has happened since the game came out. So if you haven't played it yet, I would highly encourage you. If you've been waiting to get back into Monster Hunter Wilds, now is the time. PC performance is fixed. It's great. It runs smoothly. My computer doesn't have to fear for its life every time I stream it. It's
I
great.
I have not finished, as you know, the Monster Hunter round. I am. Go ahead. You
Boo.
you and your cult have
Boo.
sucked
Boo
me
this
in.
man in the chat. Boo.
uh, JS Galaxy has subbed. Says hi.
Yo, Galaxy. Thank you
Shout
for the sub.
shout out to Galaxy.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
So, uh, while Monster Hunter is a phenomenal game, and I think that you're pretty high bar to make that is the best base game.
Yeah.
I
I think most other people would agree with me. It's not like a hot presto
I mean
take.
Monster Hunter
It's like,
World, but I think Monster Hunter World gets more hype because of Iceborne than Monster Hunter. Interesting. Now that you make
yeah,
me think
World.
about it, I think I
I
have
think
to agree with you.
I think World and Iceborne are still people's favorites,
Yeah.
but I think that's going to change once the expansion comes out. Also, World was like the first Monster Hunter game that became widely popular. It's the best-selling Monster Hunter game for a reason. It was a lot of people's first Monster Hunter. So I think there's that nostalgia there. But I think once we get the expansion and that's all played out, I think people might have new favorites. If the unless they completely fumble the expansion, Wilds is on track with being my favorite Monster Hunter game over Rise and Sunbreak. Despite Rise and Sunbreak being my personal favorite and nostalgia was my first Monster Hunter, if they have anywhere near the amount of Sunbreak for the Wilds expansion, it's that's going to be my new thing.
Okay. Well,
I'm gonna let you talk about this next one because I'm I'm just gonna let you walk through it because I don't want to just say expletives.
I mean, Blizzard as a
I'm gonna
studio.
grab a little snack.
Uh-huh. Blizzard has said and done some amazing things for Overwatch in the very beginning. Uh but I feel like Overwatch 2, the release of Overwatch 2 was very controversial. The idea that they are going to drop the 2 in their title and just go back to being just Overwatch is an indication that they are making a live service game and that they are going to just use that as a platform like Fortnite to continuously grow. And I think Overwatch died before they moved to Overwatch 2. So they either are going to try to bring back the old Overwatch vibes because that's when it was at its peak, which you and I both know is not going to happen. Or they are just trying to make a living live service game like Fortnite that they can just keep pumping things into and keep changing and keep updating, keep doing seasonal drops and doing character rotation so that they can stay relevant. Because otherwise, they're just floundering and dying. And that's my hot take. You are muted for some reason.
I muted myself because I was like I'm gonna mute myself so that you can get through it without me
Interjecting?
jumping. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm amazed that Overwatch is still alive at this point. I mean, it is very popular. or it was very popular. The whole thing is that they said, "Oh, well, we need to make it Overwatch 2 because it's going to be going free to play and we need a reason to charge you $20 for skins, and if it's free to play, we can do that. But if we just start doing that and then we make it free to play, we're going to piss off all the people who bought the game. So we have to make it 2. Also, it needs to be Overwatch 2 because it's going to be PvE content. There's going to be a story mode, there's going to be customization, and that was the main reason why they made it Overwatch 2. And then they said, "No, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do any of that thing that we said we were going to do. We just put a 2 on there so that we could justify egregious microtransactions and we get some people coming back to the game." And now they're making it Overwatch again, just Overwatch. They're dropping the 2.
Yep.
I've never seen more floundering in a single game in my life. It's
Oh,
it's
Fate
like,
Maker, welcome in, Fate.
what's up, Fate?
He was on the Twitch side, and I missed it because I was paying attention to YouTube too much.
And a lot of people are saying the new update with Overwatch now is the most fun they've had with Overwatch since Overwatch 1 came out. And I've been tempted, but no, I can't.
Fate
Can't do
Maker
it.
is saying Rise was a pure filler, decent game, but pure filler. World of Wilds was where it was really at. I've played more Wilds than Corporal. I haven't played it in at least 6 months. That's a shame.
Base game Rise was really easy and it came out after the pandemic and it released incomplete. But by the time Rise had gone through all the title updates, it was in a respectable state. Sunbreak is my favorite Monster Hunter game still. I love Wilds, but you also can't compare Sunbreak to Wilds because Sunbreak is an expansion and Wilds is a base game. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, Wilds is definitely my favorite base game, and Sunbreak is my favorite Monster Hunter game overall. So we'll see. But yeah,
Love how
Overwatch.
we went right back to Wilds instead of talking about Overwatch.
I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. I will say, it's not in the notes, but Diablo had their 30th anniversary. They are promoting a bunch of stuff, including a paladin class that you can play by pre-ordering, and a warlock class that they released across Diablo 2, Diablo Immortal, and is coming to Diablo 4. Diablo 4 is getting the Lord of Hatred DLC in April, and our action RPG correspondent in the field, Nick Yeti, assures me that the game has been fixed. And I've played a little Diablo 4 here and there over the past couple of weeks. And Julius, welcome in. Thanks for liking the stream.
You're
Yeah,
still
I
got.
am.
I forgot that you're still streaming to Facebook.
Julius is there. Uh, Yeah, I'm planning on getting back into Diablo 4 come April with this new expansion. Also, if you pre-order the new expansion, you get the first expansion for free immediately. So, I don't have time in my busy schedule of playing demos and Monster Hunter Wilds to do that, but I might be jumping back into the Diablo 4 circuit pretty soon here. Moving right along.
I'm surprised that you included this in the show notes.
How could I not include this in the show notes? This is
because
like the biggest.
this is controversial. All right,
It's
so
not controversial. I mean, it is, but not like among people.
sure, okay.
Among.
Discord has decided to change its privacy and rights and usage agreements and has decided that in moving forward, in order to protect its users and prevent age restricted content from being displayed to those who shouldn't, they are going to release a facial scan and a legal ID benchmark so that every Discord user will have to prove through a facial scan or a legal ID that they are over the age of 18 in order for them to have access to more mature adult content. So anyone who joins Discord is now marked as a teenager, allowing teenagers to then have access to the teen space, which is great for teenagers. And I think it's a great way to allow a younger audience onto a platform that everybody so much loves. But at the same time, the physical requirement of forcing people like myself or Presto here to do a AI generated face ID scan and or a legal ID scan in order to gain access to the 18 and up benchmark for Discord channels is a high bar to ask. And there's one reason why it's a high bar to ask, and that is because Discord has done a piss poor job at keeping its data safe and secure, as proof by multiple breaches in the past year, let alone longer than that. And I don't want to give my personal information to a company who I know can't keep its information secure. And allowing their own AI system to scan my face seems a bit extreme. So a lot of people are very unhappy about this. Presto clearly has some feelings, so I'll give you the chance to say what you want to say.
Yeah. So that's one version. That's the publicly facing version of what Discord is saying. We need to protect the teens. We need to protect people's privacy. What I think the real story is if you've been paying attention to Discord, if you use Discord, you've seen that all of a sudden there's little quests and little rewards, and they want you to do nitro. And Discord has actively been trying to monetize the platform in a more consequential way. It's no secret that Discord is not exactly profitable, and they're trying to get revenue. And you know what they have, or you know what they want to really package up nicely that will make some big bucks? Your data. This has nothing to do with privacy, with protecting teens. This is about they want your data. Because let's see, what is this headline? Discord partners with age verification firm backed by billionaire named 2,200 times in the Epstein files. Peter Thiel. It's no secret that there's a lot of shenanigans going on. There's a lot of surveillance state stuff going on. There's a lot of, backdoor data deals being done. And Discord seems to be on board with taking your private data and making a profit on it. So I don't think the company that, to your point, leaked millions of files of user data just in October is suddenly collecting people's facial recognition software and legal IDs to protect teens. They're doing it to serve themselves. And I love Discord. I love using Discord. I love the community we've built on Discord. But if Discord will not allow me to use Discord in a normal way without giving my personal information over to them, like sensitive personal information, like government ID, bye. Boy, bye. No way. TeamSpeak.
Moving
Hell
on,
no. Moving
Wildlight
on.
Studios lays off almost half its staff. Now, if you don't know who Wildlight Studio is, Wildlight Studios is the company who just recently released a free-to-play game called High Guard, which is a
Yes, sir.
fast-paced fantasy co-op shooter, battle
Raid.
royale-esque game.
Raid
Raid,
game.
raid game. It's
And
actually a decent
also,
game. I enjoyed
yeah, we
playing
had
it.
fun with it.
We streamed it on this channel. Yeah.
And it's not so Riot released half their dev team for 2XKO. Wildlight laid off almost everybody on their
Yeah.
staff. like 80 to 90%. Um, which is there's a lot of things going on here.
So the
It's
game was not the greatest. It had its flaws. The game definitely had some hiccups. I think it's I don't think its platform or its I don't think it was sustainable. What they were trying to produce, I don't believe was sustainable. And I think that they wanted, when building this game, to be a very small little indie thing that they just released, and it was going to be fun. And they wanted the unknown of it to be what sells it long term. And they wanted time to be under the radar to continue to add to it and improve it. I think the fact that it got announced at the Game Awards, which was not a part of their original plan per insiders, they were not doing a big splash. They were offered a free promo, and they were not prepared for that free promo at the Game Awards. And because they got too much attention, they also got the attention of critics. And it got bombed by so many people.
I think there are a couple things about why this happened. Number one, I think they High Guard, even though it was a very fun game, I think they released it with a lot of familiar elements because all the elements that were in there were from sort of other games, which was an interesting mixture, but it was weird. Like you played your first game and you were just like, what is going on? Like
Mhm.
it's a very convoluted system at first glance, and it's a very crowded space. It's doing a team based hero shooter battle royale plant the bomb kind of game. Those are all the buzzwords that people are kind of played out on. Um, and then, yeah, there was the whole launch of it where Jeff Keighley made it the last announcement at the Game Awards. And when you're the last announcement at the Game Awards, there's only two directions it can go. Either it's here's the final announcement, they're remaking Final Fantasy VII. Ah, everybody loses their minds. But if that last announcement is not something that people view earn that spot, automatic death sentence as in
Yeah.
terms of negative PR. And I think that's what happens. People were like, one more announcement, and they saw it was a free to play hero based shooter, and people were like pissed off. Not even the game could have been the best game in the world. People would have still hated it up until the moment it came out because it was positioned as this is going to be awesome and you're going to like it. And people don't like being told what to like, especially when it's a category that they are all kind of tired of. Um, but I think it's a shame. I think there's a lot of talented devs at Wildlight. I'm sad to see it happen. Um, but but I have to add that Wildlight was positioned as this indie studio that could, but then it came out this week that the majority of the funding for High Guard came from Tencent Studios. And Tencent is possibly the biggest video game publisher, developer, investment firm out of China in the world. I mean, Tencent has their hands in everything. So Wildlight kind of positioned themselves as an indie developer, and that High Guard was this sort of indie game. But then it quietly came out after everything got shut down that, well, actually, where did they get all this money from? Oh, Tencent had their hand in the pot in a very big way, and Tencent is also a huge, Tencent is very involved with the Game Awards, so maybe Jeff Keighley did it because he loves High Guard and he just wanted to put it out there, but maybe also a little bit of a quid pro quo to his friends at Tencent to give it a free spot.
Yeah.
I don't know. Um, In a related news, 2X also launching a game with 2 weeks of runway is crazy. If
It
you have
was
a
a
free-to-play game,
media nightmare. It was a marketing nightmare. It was a development nightmare. They weren't prepared in the development window. They weren't prepared in the marketing window. They had zero media outlets out having eyes on it prior to that announcement. It was something that was so under the radar. I I'm genuinely feel that as a studio, they were not looking for the attention. They wanted to be under the radar so that they had time to slow roll and fix some of its issues. I don't think they were
yeah.
prepared for Jeff to make the announcement, and I think that's what ultimately did them in.
Yeah, complete radio silence between the Game Awards and when the game came out was not a good look, and I understand that they were originally planning this game as a shadow drop, but they if the the sands shift and all of a sudden your game is on the biggest stage in the world, you can't go radio silent until it comes out. Like that's
So
not
Fate
I
Maker
mean,
points out that Bluepoint, the company behind Shadow of Colossus and Demon Souls, was also just closed.
mhm. Yes.
And Milo is in chat.
Yo, Mila, what's up?
Haven't seen you guys in a long time. How's it going?
Welcome, welcome. It's going good. We're just discussing how the gaming industry is falling apart. Um, Riot Games, League of Legends maker, famously, laid off half their developers for 2XKO, which is their new League of Legends flavored tag fighter. 2XKO has been in development for 10 years. It's been in development for 10 years, and they laid off half the staff 3 weeks after it launched.
Yeah. I it, there
This
he
is me
goes. He died.
ducking. This is me ducking out of games media because
I,
what are
I
we
we
doing?
are the Nintendads. We've been doing this for 5 years. We're at 120 episodes. We're two just friends who 6 years. It's almost 6 years.
No,
Who
we did a 6-year anniversary episode.
has
You're
this been
old.
6 years?
You're
Oh
getting
my god, I'm so
senile.
old. I am so
We're
old.
coming up on Lucky 7 in the fall.
We've been doing this for 6 years, and we're just two friends who like to talk about video games and play video games, and we have lots of opinions. It's a
Yes.
shame that we have been through the
Never been paid for our
rise
efforts. I completely agree. Oh no, sorry. Go.
have been through the rise and fall of a lot of different studios, devs, and some pretty catastrophe game releases. I do you think that the age of some of these younger developing companies are dying because of lack of lack of quality releases, or do you think they're dying because of lack of proper interest, or do you think it is something that's more systemic to do with the economy?
I do think the economy has is at play.
Okay.
But more so over the last 2 years, we've had lots of episodes about how our favorite games that have come out have been indie games. Uh, Helldivers, Space Marine, uh, Hades 2, um, Baldur's Gate 3. Like, over the last couple years, small to medium sized game studios have been absolutely embarrassing AAA game studios. And in the midst of all this, we're still getting releases like Call of Duty Black Ops 7, which was one of the worst reviewed, least bought Call of Duties of all time. And in the same breath, the AAA companies are saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to start charging you guys at least $70 for releases now. Sometimes 80. If you're in Canada, you need to have a second mortgage on your home to afford GTA 6." Uh I think we've seen a steady decline of big studio games in terms of quality while prices are increasing, while the economy is not the greatest. And I think you're starting to really see the wear and tear that it's taking on the games industries, because we've had more layoffs and more, you know, negative things happening in the games industry in the last couple years than ever before. And I think it's a shame, but I also think it's publishers and businesses that don't understand gaming that are getting involved and making really bad decisions. And these big AAA studios committing to things that they can't live up to. And then them just getting absolutely, like, indie studios are making bangers. Good video games are super accessible. There's never been more games every year. There's more games that come out that are amazing than I have time to play. And so there's no room for these half-assed AAA titles.
Little Crab Without a Treasure, I think, was a phenomenal game. Absolutely
Yes.
phenomenal game. Fate Maker points out that $89.99 in Canadian for a basic game is extremely high. GTA 6 launching with a $110 price tag is too much. Elo is pointing out discussing developers is a never-ending story. Love making mistakes. That's just the fate of this industry.
Yep. And we got at least a couple more mistakes
Oh
to
yeah.
discuss. Maybe
Happy
that
birthday,
last
little
one.
HP.
Happy
In chat.
birthday.
Um.
Um, let's go on to some good news.
Okay.
Slay the Spire 2 has been on my watch list for games that have been coming out, the games that are going to come out this year. And they just announced out of the blue that they are launching in early access March 5th, and that Slay the Spire 2 is going to have 4-player co-op.
What
What?
other game did I try to suck our entire friend group in that also had a side-scrolling beat 'em up 4-player co-op that we decided not to continue to play?
Slay the Spire is not a side scroller beat 'em up. Slay the Spire is a deck building roguelite, sir, which clearly you have
Sure,
not played.
sure, sure,
Are you talking about
sure.
Castle Crashers?
Castle
Are you talking about
Crashers
Castle
is a
Crashers?
phenomenal game, but I am not talking about Castle Crashers.
Are you talking about TMNT?
No.
You talking about Streets of Rage?
Oh, where's my Switch? My
You talking about
son.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
Little Red has my Switch.
You talking
No.
about Absolum?
Are you just gonna list all of
I'm
the
side scroller beat 'em ups that have co-op. Yes, I'm starting to run out of ideas too.
uh something greed?
Oh, Bravery and Greed.
Yes, Bravery and Greed.
Absolute banger. Netcode is dirty toilet paper. It's super fun in person. I've played in person with you, and I've played online with you, and playing online is like kicking bricks.
Yeah.
Games live or die by their netcode. Super Smash Brothers.
Absolum just got a big update since you mentioned it.
I know. I haven't had time to play it, but I'm dying to. It's so good.
The
Pokemon.
disadvantage of being a gamer dad, a parent, and a gamer in this generation is that we just do not have the time of day like we used to.
Yeah, but and like, why am I paying $70 to play a AAA shmishma game when I have a backlog of good indie games that I know I love that have been updated.
Just say shmush.
That's how I feel about AAA games now. Um, Speaking of shmishma, Pokemon Fire Red and Pokemon Leaf Green are coming out on the Switch 2 February 27th. What do you think about it?
I'm sorry. Repeat what you said.
Pokemon
Oh,
Fire Red and
yeah.
Leaf Green, which is like base
The
game,
old
like
schools. Yep.
right there. That's
Yep.
blue right there, unfortunately left out. Well, because Fire Red and Leaf Green were like the original games, but like with color added, like
Yeah.
full color. Still sprites, still same mechanics, still everything, but colorful. Coming to Switch 2, they're going to be $20. I am kind of into it. To Nick Yeti's point, Nick said, if is this going to have online battling? Because that used to have the little cord, right?
It did.
If it has online battling, that could be a vibe. I like it. I'm kind of upset that it's not just coming out for, because they have the Game Boy Advance.
Rye Pokemon says, "Hey, are you guys gonna answer some comment questions? We will gladly answer some comment."
Absolutely, yeah.
So yes, I am excited about Leaf Green and Fire Red. I am excited about it coming to Switch. I shared Nick Yeti's sentiments that there should be some sort of online battling. I don't think they're going to do it. What I am more interested in, though, is the future of Pokemon and what's going to happen.
Wind. Are we allowed to discuss leaks on this show? Because
Yeah, it's our show.
Gen
Let's do what we
Gen
want.
10, this is not news. This is old news. And it's more rumors and gossip. But Pokemon Wind and Waves is supposed to be the big return to form for Game Freak, Generation 10. This is Generation 10 of Pokemon. They got to make this one count, especially when they're getting their ass beat in the reviews for every Pokemon game that comes out on the Switch. Supposedly Wind and Waves is going to be legit. Like, really, really good. They finally are going to have the resources and the hardware with the Switch 2 to have a proper open world Pokemon game that doesn't run like on a toaster. So, I don't know. Now
Can I tell
this
you that I have sat through so many versions of Pokemon at this stage? I
Are you
will
out of faith?
not hold my breath. I
Yeah,
just
because
won't. I just
we
won't.
both skipped Pokemon Legends ZA, right?
Yeah,
I didn't even really
completely.
consider getting
I
it. I was
completely.
like, I looked at it and I was like, I saw like a cutscene and I was like, absolutely not. So this is very, very interesting. We're about to put on your tinfoil hat. We're about to go down a little bit of a rabbit hole.
I
Okay.
must have left my tinfoil hat
Now,
in my
there
other
was a
closet.
new there was a new trailer for the Mario Galaxy movie that's coming out April 1st.
Yep.
Okay. And there was a lot of things in this trailer. I'm not going to go into a big breakdown of the trailer. It was a good trailer. Click the link in the show notes
Are you
if
gonna
you
bring up
would.
the Star Fox thing? Star Fox theory?
I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because looking at this, that is pretty. So if you're unaware, um, there is a image. There's a still frame in the new Mario Galaxy movies where there is a
Sharing the
character.
still frame image on
Yeah, I'm gonna
chats.
throw it in. Here we go. I'm putting it on the screen right now. Um, so this character off to the left, who's out of focus, that's only shown for a few frames, has a tan and green jacket, some tall either white or tan boots, and some sort of laser pistol on their hip. And if you look at the character design, Fox McCloud from Star Fox, that's him. That are like, that's matches everything that you would see looking at him from behind. Um, okay. So what, Presto? So Fox McCloud is in the new Super Mario Galaxy movie. It's Galaxy. They're in space. That makes sense. However, if you are opening up Mario, the world of Mario, the galaxy of Mario, to other Nintendo worlds, you are now creating the Nintendo Cinematic Universe.
Which is exactly what was rumored to be their entire plan after the massive success of the first Mario movie. This was
Mm-hmm.
100% called out. Now, I don't know if that call out was by an internal executive or was it just wishing from the fan group that read between the lines? But it was most certainly pulled out at some point uh, during the release. And can I just? I'm gonna remove this image from the screen here for a second. Put it back to our faces. I'm just gonna say this because I know how absolutely much of a fan you are of Super Smash
Oh,
Bros.
oh, yep, that's exactly where I was going with it.
I If they are going to do the cinematic universe and they pull off the Marvel-esque style Avengers level of them good guys versus bad guys in a Super Smash style movie, I will be impressed. I just don't know if it's going to happen.
I don't know if it's going to happen, but there's only one game in Nintendo's entire library that has Yoshi and Toad and Mario and Star Fox on the screen at one time, and that's Super Smash Brothers,
I,
right? Because
uh,
there's all the Mario games, Mario Golf, Mario Tennis, Mario Kart, but Smash Brothers is the only one that brings them all together. And if they're going to use Fox, who is, for all intents and purposes, one of the major faces of Super Smash Brothers, when you think of Super Smash Brothers, what's one of the first characters you think of that comes to mind?
I mean, for me,
Fox McCloud.
it's Link, but that's all right.
Fox. Heh. That's their whole childhood.
Yeah.
Um, and what's Sakurai doing up these days, huh? He finished Kirby Air Riders. Now what's he doing?
helping to
Somebody go
build
ask him.
helping to build Hyrule in Universal Studios.
Could be. I hope so. Um, the last little bit of news is Phil Spencer is stepping down.
You know what? I am a big Microsoft fanboy. If this wasn't the Nintendads, this was going to be the Xbox Bros, right? And I I think Phil Spencer, younger Xbox, much like Kathleen Kennedy stepping down from Star Wars. I think this is a good.
The only thing that worries me is this new person who is replacing Phil Spencer. I forget her name. She comes from a zero video game background, and she is, I believe, stepping in to this role from her previous role, which was head of Microsoft AI. And a lot of people have been saying that Microsoft is really like, how do we not suck? And other people at Microsoft are like, we're going to have AI be a big part of our games, a big part of our development, a big part of our Xbox ecosystem.
I
And
am
Phil Spencer said no thanks.
Yeah.
And they said, Phil Spencer, you better get on the AI bus. And Phil Spencer said, I'm gonna leave. And there he
Microsoft has
goes.
spent billions of dollars on cooling systems and AI generative uh, hardware. So
And
I
Copilot still
yeah, I know.
sucks.
I I I'm not surprised by this, and I also would not be surprised if Microsoft tried to be one of the first studios to roll out 100% generated AI game. Like you
They'd
step in and
never
it
recover.
naturally generates the game for you in an AI sense. And I think as a thought experiment, as a theory game, as a art piece, I would be okay with playing that game. I would be okay with exploring that world. Do I think it should be what their platform is based on? Absolutely not.
Hmm.
And I'm the
And it's
Microsoft Xbox
also
guy, so
Phil Spencer has had some very major fumbles. It has not been. I mean, if you look at the last 5 years of Xbox under Phil Spencer, I mean, not great. So we'll see. I dog on Xbox and Microsoft, but it's only because they make it so easy for me. If they started doing cool stuff, I would not I would not hang it. I would not be rooting against them. Because I game on a Windows PC. That's the other thing that makes me not optimistic about Xbox. They said our next generation of Xboxes is going to run full Windows, and that is having an Xbox not run Windows is the main appeal because Windows is god awful
Amanda
for
on
gaming.
YouTube pointed out that the Xbox CEO that you're referring to, Asha Sharma, that she's
Okay,
being
yes.
promoted up. Thank you for that out for us. um, and then we also have somebody from Siberia who says that they are also a game developer.
Nice.
Welcome in the chat. Um,
Welcome, welcome.
while I have no qualms about Sharma taking this role, I just don't know if I want AI to be the direction of which Microsoft is putting their Xbox platform.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Um all right. We need to oh my god.
Are
We're almost at an hour. We're going to
okay.
we're going to fly through the rest of this. No rest for the wicked. We just got to say it. It's so much fun. They did a big it's still in early access, so it still has some bugs. It's still relatively limited in terms of content, I think. But they added co-op, and it is if you like action RPGs with a little bit of Souls-like combat in there, um, it's really good. And we've played co-op. I've played co-op with a bunch of people, leveling up, making your class, which is going to change for the full release, they've said. It's really fun. There is friendly fire on by default, and there's not an option to turn it off. And
I've got no
that
problem with
might
friendly
rub
fire. I
that
think that
might rub it
creates
rubbed me the wrong way at first. I was like, "Oh no, this is going to be terrible." But it makes you actually have to cooperate. It's
yeah.
not just everybody hits their buttons at once. You really have to communicate and manage your space. And yeah, I wholeheartedly recommend it. I'm very
It brings a
eager to
layer of
see.
difficulty to a game that I think gaming nowadays has kind of lost. Um,
Yeah, action RPGs are just hit buttons, clear the entire screen of enemies, rinse and
yeah,
repeat
yeah.
via Diablo 4. So now we're actually going to talk about the Nintendo Partner Direct. Most of this we're going to go through pretty quickly. Let's begin. Let's alternate. Let's see how fast we can go alternating.
Because you're
Orbitals.
because you have no interest in 90% of this.
I mean, it was a decent partner direct, if
Yeah.
I'm being honest. It's not the strongest, but there are some things in here that I am genuinely very interested in and will purchase. That's how I gauge the success or lack thereof of a direct. Is there can be a lot of cool announcements. I can acknowledge, oh, Persona 4, this, that's great. But at the end of the day, how many of these things really matter to me that I'm actually realistically going to buy? And I will note them as we go through. And it's a higher amount than normal for a Nintendo Direct,
Okay.
honestly.
I
Also, not
appreciate that you put this on a rotation for us to announce because looking at how this is going to play out, I think I'm going to have something.
yeah, yeah. Also, Mario Tennis, the new Mario Tennis came out, and I don't know anybody that got it.
I,
I think Villa got it, and he likes
really?
it. But anyway,
Okay.
the first thing is Orbitals, the two-player retro anime sci-fi co-op game, is coming out in summer, and it's a Twitch exclusive, Switch exclusive, and it looks really good. And I want it, and I want to play it with you, but you don't have a Switch 2 yet.
Why? Why don't I have a Switch 2?
I don't know. By the time we get to the end of this list, we're gonna talk about that.
Mm, mm,
We're gonna have
okay.
questions asked. Okay,
Tokyo
so
Scramble is a horror puzzle stealth game or survive. I shouldn't say horror. I should say
yes,
survival puzzle stealth game. The game looks very interesting. It gives me Resident Evil kind of vibes, and I like the atmosphere. It's got dinosaurs in it though, and I don't know how I feel about it. It's like A dinosaur Resident Evil game? I don't know.
It
I
looks cool. You're like underground.
yeah. I kind of wants to play it.
I wish it had a demo
The
because
trailer looked interesting.
it looks like a more action oriented Resident Evil kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yep. Yep. Agreed.
All right, my turn. Valheim is coming to Switch 2. Valheim being the kind of Norse Viking inspired themed survival game. Very cool, except the footage that they showed during this direct, the graphics looked real rough. Like Valheim is not like a photorealistic game, but these graphics looked like PlayStation 2 levels, like not I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. But Valheim.
Have you ever played Adventures of Elliot?
Hell yes, I played the demo. It's great. Depending on what other games come out around the time that this game comes out, if there's nothing that's come out and I'm in a little bit of a drought, I'm picking this game up 100%. Stupid fun.
So I'm very much love the art style of this game. I think the imagery of this game is awesome. I'm very much excited to be able to get a chance to play this game. Um, I also think that Square Enix is doing a great job at like just being a beautiful developer.
Yeah, they are in their lane.
Yeah, 100%.
Um Bomberman Collection came out the day of the direct. It's a collection of Bomberman games. So if you like Bomberman, it came out. That's cool. I always a fan of older games being released,
Yeah.
like Ocarina of Time or Donkey Kong 64.
Final Fantasy Rebirth. I was excited that you put us on this rotation because I realized I was going to take this announcement from you. But I think it's good because it gives you a chance to physically react while I get to talk about the fact that the Final Fantasy remake that they've been doing, I agree to some of the haters out there that they have bloated these games in order to break it up into many, many different parts.
Sure.
But what they have done in the process has made an immersive, well, like drawn out expansion of the world that we grew up loving. So I'm very much excited for the Final Fantasy remaking of these games. And Rebirth is what, the third one? The third one.
Second one.
It's the
So there's the first one is Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, which is the one that I've been playing the demo of on the Switch 2 right now.
yep.
And that is just Midgar. Just the beginning hours of Final Fantasy VII while you're in Midgar before you head out into the open world. That is Final Fantasy VII Remake. I hate the naming convention.
Yeah. The naming
Final
thing is
Fantasy
irritating.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth starts at the end of Midgar and you are dumped into the open world of Final Fantasy VII.
Now, if I
So
remember, the original game was like 3 discs,
Mhm.
and
Not broken up that way
no,
on the
no, no,
original
no.
game.
Yes, and this is still disc 1.
Technically, but the content distribution between discs 1, 2 and 3 was all out of whack because it was like the first it was like 40% of the game was on the first disc. 40% of the 50% of the game was on the second disc, and essentially the final like episode and encounter was on the third disc. The content on the third disc was like the last hours of the game and that was it. Um but yeah, that's coming out June 3rd on Switch 2 and that is a buy for me.
Oh yeah,
I am debating on whether I want to try and play through Remake on Switch 2 because my Switch 2 is hooked up to a big 4K TV in my living room, and it's the place to play big cinematic games. And I almost got this for my laptop a bunch of times, but like I don't want to be playing a game that's supposed to be beautiful and graphically appealing on my laptop, which is probably going to not run it very
Yeah.
well. But it runs phenomenally on the Switch 2, and I don't know what kind of black magic they did to get it to look as good as it does, but it's real good. It's real good. So that's going to be a buy, and I'm probably going to buy Remake and play it until that game comes out.
So during the announcement, you and I both were excited about Pragmata.
Yes, the demo came out on the day of the Nintendo partner announcement.
Yes.
It's a Capcom game. It's really fun. It's a third-person shooter with, as you're aiming and shooting, before you can do any real damage to enemies, you have to hack through their security, which is essentially just moving a little cursor around a grid. And like it's like green box, maybe there's a yellow box here, a yellow box here, and then another green box. And you have to use your face buttons, so like X, Y, A, B, these kinds of buttons. And this is okay, I'm going to go down 2 squares, then I'm going to go left, then I'm going to go right, then I'm going to go down, then I'm going to go up. And you have to hit that button combination while using the left thumbstick to move around, and this to dodge out of the way, and this to shoot or stun enemies while you're hitting this button, navigating a separate little thing.
It's essentially
So
a real-time strategy puzzle in the midst of a shooter.
yes, and once you kind of get into the groove of it, it really scratches your brain in a nice way, if that makes sense.
Harder hockey and ultra high.
Hello, fellow nerds. Yeah, but Pragmata, the demo is out. I think it's out on everything now. But it came out on Switch 2, and I like it a lot. I'm probably gonna get it when it comes out.
The story is based off of the fact that you're trying to save this little girl out of this space station, but isn't she like an android?
She is an android, and you're on the moon.
Okay.
You're in a base on the moon.
I like
So
space games, and Lady Sage, my wife, is not a fan of space games. So this will definitely have to be something I'll have to play when she's asleep.
I don't know if it's a space game.
You're on the
'cause
moon. That's
I know, but you're inside. You don't know. You don't. If I didn't tell
I'm
you we're on
wearing
the
a
moon,
spacesuit. It's a space
you're
game.
not wearing a spacesuit. You're in a base.
Have you ever
It could
played
be on
Dead
Earth.
Space?
No,
Okay. Dead Space takes
but it's
place
cool.
inside of a derelict spaceship. The fact that it's
But it's in a spaceship.
the fact that it's a derelict spaceship is enough to shut her down.
Oh, yeah.
She would much
right.
rather be in a high fantasy world of Skyrim than be anything near space.
Fair. That's fair. That's fair. Nobody
So-
can hear you scream. It's terrifying. It's very scary. I forget. Wait, whose turn? Pragmata was mine, so
Yeah.
now Turok is yours.
Turok Origins. So have you ever played Turok?
Not really. I think I played it a couple times with
So
Nick
Turok
Getty.
is one of those games that is like super high difficulty, super ultra realistic, like shooting and fighting, but there's like dinosaurs. Like you are trying to survive against like Jurassic Park.
It's like Doom. It's like Dinosaurs Doom.
Yeah. So this is just the Origins, right? The original, the take back time. I'm kind of excited by this because Ascension plays this a lot, or plays Turok a lot, and that's the only time I've ever really gotten a chance to really play this is with him. So like I'd be interested to find a reason for me and Ascension to get back into gaming together.
Yeah, it's cool. It's an iconic first-person shooter series, so it's always good to see it come. Digimon Stories Time Stranger. It's a Digimon game. It looks really cool if you're into Digimon. Like, Digimon has been wiping the floor with Pokemon lately in terms of video games.
Yeah.
I think this Digimon story got a lot of good a lot of good reviews and attention when it first came out, and people look at this game and say, "Now imagine if Pokemon did anywhere close to this." So I don't play Digimon. I'm not into Digimon, but if Digimon's success puts Game Freak's feet to the coals and gets them to make a game that doesn't run at 2.5 frames per second, I'm yes, Team Digimon. Yeah. Um, I'm stealing this next one.
Oh,
I'm
go
stealing
right
it from
ahead.
you. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink Endless Ragnarok. It sounds like Mad Libs.
That's a mouthful, and I'm gonna tell you that it looks too much like Genshin.
So yeah, that's a fair thing. Grand Blue was around way
Far,
before Genshin though.
yeah.
Um, Grand Blue, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink is a game that I had on my Steam wish list for a long time. It is an action RPG, and it has been compared to Monster Hunter, which is all I really needed to hear to be interested in it. It's a very like I think you can do missions, and there's very big bosses that are like very like drawn out back and forth battles. Um, so I don't know if this got a release date, but I almost bought it so many times on Steam that I will probably pick this up. Maybe not at launch, depending on when it comes out. Okay, it comes out July 9th. So if there's nothing going on in July, like this is a buy for me. Oh, you know
Okay.
what? I'm gonna be playing Final Fantasy Remake though.
Yeah,
Or
you will.
Rebirth. So maybe not. But I mean, yeah, this game looks sick. I've been wanting to play it for a long time. And that's the thing is like Final Fantasy Rebirth or a remake. I've been wanting to play it for a long time, but now it's on the Switch. I think I'll get it. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. I've been wanting to play it. I don't know how it's going to run on my computer, but now it's on the Switch too. I think it's time to get it.
Monster Hunter Stories 3. I mean,
Twisted Reflection.
I yeah, yeah.
It's the demo is awesome.
Really?
I yeah, it's Pokemon with Monster Hunter, and once again, somebody outdoes Pokemon in doing Pokemon. Even the last Monster Hunter Stories game is like, if you like Pokemon but are tired of shitty Pokemon games, play Monster Hunter Stories. Instead of killing the monsters, you capture them and befriend them and then use them to kill the monsters instead of and you also do it yourself. Um yeah, it's dope. I have not got enough time to play it. Um Monster Hunter Stories 3 is coming out in March, like in a couple weeks, and I don't know if I'm gonna get Monster Hunter Stories 3 because I haven't played either of the first two, and that's on me. Um, but also there's like a lot of other games that I'm trying to play. So I'm gonna go through the full demo. I haven't given it the hours it deserves, and then I'm gonna decide whether I'm gonna play Stories 3 or not. But it looks good. It's worth getting.
Scott Pilgrim coming out on March 3rd for the Switch 2. Can I just say that I don't see why this game
It's a
anymore?
new Scott Pilgrim game.
I understand, but like
It's a new one. It's
I
not the old one.
it's not
It's a new one.
what it's like called EX, Scott Pilgrim EX, I think is what it's
Yeah,
called. Why is this genre getting so much damn re-attention?
because beat 'em ups are fun. Beat 'em ups don't have a battle pass. Beat 'em ups don't come out half finished. Beat 'em ups don't close their servers down when the player count gets low. Beat 'em ups give you a a warm, humble bit of childhood retro gaming era. That's why beat 'em ups are popular.
Resident
in a
Evil
world.
Requiem coming out February 27th. Can I tell you how excited I am about Resident
Excuse
Evil
me, no, you
Requiem?
can't because it's my turn to introduce a game. No, go ahead, go ahead.
I had to steal it from you. I am such a big Resident Evil fan. My wife, who hates space games, likes horror games, and she likes to watch me play horror games because she likes to be fearful, hiding behind me while I am the one who's being jump scared at.
Open the door. No, you do it. Hit the button. Open the door.
So I am very much excited for this game. I'm very much excited for them changing the protagonist and also bringing back some familiar faces. I can't wait to be able to see Leon again in this installment. I'm also very curious to see where they're going to take this story, because it's a new infection off at the Midwest, which at this point,
Ooh, Midwest is
the
scary.
T virus has taken over the entire world. Like, there's no place that's safe. I don't know what's going on in this universe.
Comes out
anymore.
in a week.
I know.
That's
I want my
crazy.
copy so I can stream it.
That's crazy. Comes out in a week. Are you? You have to be streaming it on release, right?
We'll see.
This time next week.
We'll see.
This time next week. You
We'll
have to because I'm not going to be around.
Yeah. So I'm gonna slightly.
How do you?
Go ahead.
How do you end a direct and say this will be our last announcement? Fades to black. You know who fades in? Todd Howard.
An afterthought.
You know how many memes? You know how many memes?
And as an afterthought, because this is our last announcement. Fade to black. Oh wait, we have something else we forgot to talk about. Let's just shove in this predetermined or pre-planned video that we sent last minute and just fade in Todd Howard. And what are we going to announce in typical Todd Howard fashion? We're going to announce games that we have already released 10 years ago or less and rebrand them and re-release them again to you on another platform.
Yeah, pretty much.
Todd Howard at this point is the running joke of re-release. He is like that thing that won't go away, that keeps coming back. Like a pimple on your shoulder that you feel against your shirt. Like, it is just ridiculous that we're going to re-release Fallout, re-release Elder Scrolls. Indiana Jones is probably the only thing that's on this list that is even new. And it's new like last year.
I want to see Todd Howard in a boxing match with Phil Spencer.
Okay. I'll watch that.
There's nothing that either of these two people could do that would make me half as happy as to see them beat the tar out of each other.
I mean, I can tell you right now, I know for a fact that Phil Spencer would win that fight, but it'd still be a good fight to watch.
I don't know. Todd Howard, he's a pro at getting back up. Yeah. What are you going to do? You're going to hit him, and he's going to come back in 4K, and then you're really going to be in trouble. He's coming back.
That's the dad joke.
And the referee is Reggie from Nintendo.
Oh my god.
Anyway, side quest. Is the Switch 2 worth it yet?
No. I am adamant.
This man said no.
I am adamant that Mario Kart was not a console seller. That it was not worth the hype that it got.
Was it? Was it though? Because the console sold and it was the only game at release.
Switch 2 will not be worth it for me until they release a new Zelda game. I've said
You know what though? You know what though? They released a new Donkey Kong game that was almost the exact same format as Donkey Kong 64, and it got nominated for Game of the Year. And where are
Was it any
you?
good?
It was
The
good,
fact
but
that you had to lean back in your chair says that it is not a console seller.
I am not into 3D platformers in the same way that you are. That's okay.
Ugh.
I think
Take
I
your
think the
Donkey
Switch
Kong
2
back.
I think the Switch 2 is worth it
Okay.
because um Final Fantasy Rebirth came out a couple of months ago. Well, like almost a year ago, about a year ago. The Switch 2 is now cross platform for real, third party for real.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not just getting games that came out 10 years ago, 5 years ago. They're getting games that came out last year and they look really good.
Yeah. Because it's the first time Nintendo has released a piece of hardware that has actually been able to compete with what's on the market.
Yeah. And that I'll take that as a win. Over these last couple of years, I'm going to take that as a win.
Uh, so when you think of the Nintendo brand, it's Mario, Zelda, and Pokemon.
Mm,
Mm,
I think you got to throw Metroid in there. I think you got to throw
okay, fine.
after New Horizons, you have to throw Animal Crossing in there now, whether you like it or not.
I'm gonna say Metroid, Animal Crossing, and like maybe Yoshi, if I had a sixth finger, are like
Yoshi's Mario. I mean, Yoshi has his own games, but I don't
I,
know. Does he live in the Mushroom Kingdom? Mario is
okay,
the
fine,
category.
fine. I think those things are like B tier in comparison to the top three: Mario, Pokemon, and Zelda. Right? Like these are
Oh,
secondary.
Pokemon's A tier. Pokemon's
This
A
is my
tier
point.
with the games.
Don't get at me because this is my
Okay,
point. This is my
okay,
point.
fine.
What Mario game has came out in the past 5 years,
Odyssey. 5
5 years,
years now.
5 years, that has actually been groundbreaking, worth buying? Nothing. Nothing.
Not groundbreaking, but Mario Wonder was absolutely a banger 2D Mario game.
Okay, that's fair.
Mario Wonder was good. Mario Wonder
What
was good.
Pokemon
Mario
game?
Maker 2.
What
Also.
Pokemon? No. What Pokemon game in the past 5 years was a banger worth buying?
I don't know. You're the Pokemon fan. You tell me.
None of them. Sword and Shield, I thought was decent. Decent.
Yeah, Sword and Shield was good. Oh no, hold on. Legends Arceus. Legends Arceus.
Still don't think it was that great.
Legends Arceus was on par with Sword and Shield.
I
100%. That was the first experiment with open world stuff. And
My
I think
wife might agree with you because she played the heck out of it and beat it. I didn't finish it. Zelda is
sounds
the
like a you
only
problem.
Zelda is the only game that in the past 5 years that has released a banger, but even that was a sequel to an
When? Who?
original.
The banger that was like 90% of the same landmass as
Which
Breath of
is
the
why
Wild?
I said it was a sequel.
Did you finish Tears of the Kingdom?
Listen, I am an adult gamer with a family and a job.
I'm just saying.
Uh,
Mister.
what
The
I'm
only thing I've
trying
been
to
playing
point
is
out
Fortnite.
what
I'm
I am
just
trying to
saying.
point out is that I feel like the Nintendo brand is coming to a slow stop. And I'm waiting for them to put new fuel in the engine and produce things that are going to be worth exciting.
That's fair. That's fair. First party games are why people get Nintendo consoles. I think if you have a PS5 and you don't and the mobile nature of the Switch isn't doesn't appeal to you, then yes. But me as a PC gamer, I can get the PC games I want to get on PC. Nintendo first party is kind of still pretty mid, but the ability to play Final Fantasy Remake, Rebirth, the ability to play games like Pragmata, Street Fighter 6, the new Resident Evil, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, the ability to play that on a handheld and that I can also hook up to my TV and isn't the whole pain in the ass rigmarole with a computer is very appealing to me
Yeah.
and makes it worth it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. That's our show, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. But a
Yeah.
lot of new people, I think.
Yeah. Well, particularly on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah. YouTubers, welcome. If you enjoyed this episode, follow us on YouTube or Twitch or wherever your stuff is. And we have like 119 other episodes that you can go back and listen to on Spotify.
Yeah. Well, certainly should.
So, all right. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. We'll see you next time. Have a great weekend.
Peace out.